Are the thoughts in your mind true? That's a great question. The thoughts in your mind are true, I think. What is truth? What is truth? Objective truth. This is truth that exists independent of personal feelings, beliefs, or interpretations. It's verifiable, it's factual, and unchanging, no matter who you are. Examples. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. Earth orbits the sun. 2 plus 2 is equaling up to 4. Does equal 4. Sorry. Think of objective truth as a solid mountain. You can stand on different sides and see it from different angles, but the mountain is what it is. Subjective. This is truth that exists within personal experience or perspective or opinion. It can differ between individuals and is shaped by emotions, culture, memory, and perception. Examples. This food is delicious. I felt hurt by what you said. He's a good person. Subjective truth is looking at the world through your own lens. It's real for you, but not necessarily everyone else. So why is it difficult to tell the truth? Well, several key reasons. 1, fear of consequences. We often avoid truth because we're afraid of hurting others, damaging relationships, facing punishment or rejection. Self-deception. Sometimes we don't even know the truth because we're lying to ourselves to avoid pain, shame, and guilt. The first and worst of all frauds is to cheat one's self, said Philip James Bailey. We don't know him at all, but he said something kind of nice, kind of profound. Good job, Philip. 3, complexity. The truth is rarely simple. Oh, yeah. In many situations, multiple truths exist. Truth may be uncomfortable or unclear. People experience events differently. And the 4th thing that makes it difficult to tell the truth is that we're taught to be nice, to maintain appearances, to avoid that conflict, even if it means concealing the truth. So, what happens? What do we get ourselves into when we don't tell the truth, when we're not honest with the fabric of reality? What happens? Well, lying can work in the short term, but over time, it corrodes our lives. Corrodes a strong word. Guys ever seen Napoleon Dynamite? Napoleon, you eat a decrepit piece of crap or whatever. It corroded. It's not good. There's internal consequences to lying. There's mental strain. Keeping track of lies is exhausting. Guilt and shame. The mind knows when it's being dishonest. Loss of identity. Chronic lying can make us forget who we really are. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything, said Mark Twain. Smart fellow with a good imagination. Thanks, Mark. Yep. There's relational consequences to lying. People lose trust. One lie can shatter years of trust. Loneliness. If people love your false self, the real you feels unseen. Oh, it's kind of deep. Conflict. Lies multiply and lead to more lies to cover the old ones. That's for sure true. If you've ever told a lie, you have to realize that it doesn't go away. You have to you have to remember the lie, which is exhausting, and then cover up the lie with a new lie down the road if new information comes out. Terrible. The third thing on what happens when you don't tell the truth, well, societal consequences, son. Corruption grows. Lies in leadership or institutions spread distrust. Justice fails in law, medicine, or media. Lies can ruin lives. Cultural decay when truth has no value. Exploitation and manipulation arise. Yep. So why truth matters? Telling the truth, it's an act of courage and respect for reality, for others, and yourself. It's the foundation of real relationships. It's the foundation of mental clarity and peace. It's the foundation for growth, healing, and learning. and it's the foundation of a just and functioning society. Final thought. Lies protect comfort. Truth protects freedom. We lie to stay safe, but it often leads to a prison of our own making. Truth may cost us something in the moment, but it sets us free in the long run. Wow. Thanks, ChatGPT, for being succinct and coherent and clear. So truth. There's people in the world that do not understand how important the truth is. Their truth is all self-serving. They believe that in order to make it through life, they have to lie about who they are. They don't accept who they are internally, and so they guard that from the world, and they lie to people. They will not tell others what's really going on. They're afraid. They're cowardly. They have cowardice. Look that one up. They're cowardly, so they won't even have the courage. They have the opposite of courage. They have what's called, like I said, cowardice. They're scared to be themselves. They're weak. They're courageously weak, and they can't even be transparent about who they are because they're cowards. They want to cower away. You ever heard someone cowering in a corner, scared? They're cowards. People won't tell the truth, and they think that they're doing the best for themselves, that they're protecting themselves, but they fail to realize that other people can detect lies pretty easily. I'm not a good liar. I've never been a good liar. I can't lie. I'm bad at it. It's like the most obvious thing. Like it pours out of me like, this is not the truth, So I bet it would be a scary thing to be good at lying. It's probably even worse to think that you're good at lying, to have the idea that you are good at deceiving the world. I genuinely believe, this isn't my idea, I believe that people really never get away with anything. There's no such thing as getting away with it, because your consciousness keeps track of your record, your own mind. You can't get away from your own consciousness observing your life. You can suppress emotions, you can suppress bad things you've done, but your mind keeps track of all of that. Your consciousness never forgets, son. So, all this to say, lying accumulates, it builds up, and it makes you weaker. Every time you are too scared to tell the truth, every time you're too willfully blind to look at your doctrine authentically, you take a step backwards in terms of character. You become a weaker character in this thing called life. So the truth is very liberating. The great thing is that many, many years of lying can be undone by the almighty powerful truth. If you've been lying to people for months and years, guess what? The truth can set you free. If you're honest about that deception, if you're honest about that manipulation, if you're honest about that lack of character and that weakness that dwelled inside you and had full control of you over those years and months where you were lying all the time, if you could be truthful about it, guess what? You could undo yourself from the lies. But as we talked about, telling the truth, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So how does one tell the truth? Well, I think it starts with everything I just said in this podcast. All that information is relevant to why it's important, and how you're able to tell the truth is because there's consequences. There's consequences if you don't. Life gets better if you tell the truth. It gets better, believe that. Why does it get better? Because you avoid all the downsides of lying. And also, life becomes pretty simplified. When someone comes to you and asks you a question, you don't have to spin the wheels on let's conjure up another little devious little excuse. You can just tell them, here's what happened. Here's where I fell short. I know this is wrong. This sucks. I'm sorry, but this is truth. People respect that. People respect when you tell the truth, even if it's painful, even if it's wrong, even if it makes you look like a complete dirtball. People respect the truth. Okay? Honesty is the best policy. And so it's shocking to me that there's people out there that don't know this. It's very, very kind of bewildering to me that there's people out there that don't realize this. And that's the knowledge of curse right there. And I'll put that one on the screen. The knowledge of curse is assuming that everyone knows what you know. And I have to always remind myself that people do not know what I know. So anyways, thank you guys for being here. Tell the truth, and I'll see ya on the next key.